Hello, everyone. Um, I am going to do a review today on another guitar, uh, but I do have kind of a cold, so apologies in advance if this isn't up to my normal standards. By the way, before I go on, I did want to say that most of my videos are really unscripted. I just do them. So I haven't thought about this or anything. I usually don't. Sometimes I think about it for a couple days, but for the most part, I just kind of do them. Anyway, what I have for us today is a Dean Markley. This is the MLX, and this might look familiar. It's the same style of guitar that Dimebag played near the end there. Dimebag was endorsed by Washburn for a while, but Washburn essentially built the same guitar because Dean was out of business. Excuse me. This guitar is not mine. It is a friend of mine's, so I don't have that long to review it. It's essentially a Dean. I mean, if you look at it, it's essentially a Dean V with a couple extra little pieces. If you just cut these away, you'd have a V. But it's also important to keep in mind that there are really only three types of guitars out there, in my mind. Three or four. There's the Les Paul style guitars, there's the Strat style guitars, and then there's the Super Strat style guitars with Floyds and stuff like that. So essentially, I think this thing's more or less a Les Paul. It does have string through, which is nice, and a tune-o-matic bridge. There's 2 volumes and 1 tone. A lot of people wonder, why have a strange shape? And these bouts here, they they vibrate really, really well. I guess that's why V's tend to be fairly resonant guitars. The headstock is it's massive. I mean, it's big. Let me show you. I didn't do my obligatory showing the headstock this time, so yeah, you can see it's the Dean MLX. This one's actually made in China, but I'd say it's quite good quality. I've had a lot of guitars made in China. These are the stock pickups. We'll be replacing them soon, but let's go ahead and give a listen to these clean. Times everything all the way up, volume, tone, all the way up. So this is the neck pickup. Let's take a listen to both pickups. Clean now. Sorry about that noise. My Mac is screwed up. Okay, bridge pickup, also clean. And again, I'm just using the standard clean setting in amplitude. Let's turn the volume down a little and switch to something a little more dirty. Sorry. Turn up my noise gate. Alright. So, let's see. Neck pickup, dirty. There really is a lot of resonance to this guitar. Both pickups. And bridge pickup. Anyway, that's the sound demo. Things I don't like about the guitar. There are many things. You might think this shape is weird to sit and play with, but actually it's very comfortable. This sits on your left or your right thigh, and then this one sits on your left thigh, and it actually feels very comfortable. I said the guitar is very resonant. It is big, though. I mean, it's big, so it's hard not to hit it on stuff and everything. I like that it's a rounded V style rather than the pointy V style. Things that I've noticed that are kind of the back of this headstock, for example. It's just really. It's really rough. It's almost like it's not finished. The neck is definitely finished in a satin, but the headstock, it seems really thin on the back. So, I mean, I hope weather doesn't get to that. The neck is a little bit big. It's playable, though. It's not huge. And this guitar has a really small neck joint here, but I find when I'm playing down here, my left hand gets really sore. That might have something to do with my illness, though. I tend to ache a lot when I get sick, and I guess I've been on the way to this cold for a few days now, so it might have something to do with it. Otherwise, I think if you can find one of these for a good price, you find one in a pawn shop or anything like that, I'd really like the one with the Floyd on it. But I have seen a few of these standard MLs in pawn shops fairly cheap. They're fairly cheap brand new. So, you know, I'd recommend picking one up. If you want something that's fixed bridge, really resonant, radical looking, you know, this would be something you could benefit from. Anyway, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one right here. Thanks for watching. I don't have internet right now, so I'm not sure that this will go up tonight, but it will be up soon. Thanks.